Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jillian and I create motherhood homeschool content here on YouTube, and I'm currently 27.5 weeks pregnant, almost to the third trimester with baby number 3, and today is gonna be 12 or maybe 13 girl names that I currently love and that we might use if we ever decide on a name for this baby. Oh, that was good. So a little context for you before we jump into the list. Our son's name is Luca, our daughter's name is Karis, and we are undecided for this baby's name. We do not know the gender. We're waiting to be surprised at birth, which I think is the reason we're having such a difficult time this time around. So all that being said, every single night, just about every night, my husband and I will just kind of start throwing some names around and seeing if the other person picks up on anything. And there are plenty of names that both of us like, which is good. That's a step for sure. But we have not found the name that both of us are super excited about. So these girl names today, some of them are his choices, some of them are my choices, but they're names that we both think are great names, but they just don't feel like the one for us. But that could change. So without further ado, let's get into the girl names. So the first name on the girls list is Senna, meaning brightness. I think this is a very, very sweet name. My husband and I watched a documentary about a Formula One driver way back in the day. I don't even remember the guy's first name, to be honest, but his last name was Senna. And while we were watching it, I don't remember, it might have been my husband that was like, wouldn't that be a cool girl's name someday? And so it's been on our list since then, and we both really like it. I feel like it goes pretty well with our other kids' names, but we're just not sure if that's like the one. Up next is a husband pick, and it is the name Esme, meaning beloved. This is a really beautiful name. I think for me, there's the obvious association with Twilight, the movie, which I don't think is a bad association at all. However, the longer it's sat on our list, I feel like I've warmed up to it a little bit. I really like Ezzy or May. I feel like there's some good nickname potential with Esme. And the next name on the list is a pick from my husband as well, and it is the name Gia, meaning God is gracious. So I think Gia is a really beautiful name. Personally, I would probably go for Giada and use Gia or G as a nickname. Our kids call my mom Gigi, like instead of grandma. And so I feel like that could be confusing if Gia or Giada, like it would feel natural to shorten it to Gigi maybe, which wouldn't be really an option. Okay, this next name is actually kind of creeping up the list to become one of my favorites. And when we were trying to name Karis, my husband brought this name up and now he swears he does not remember it, but I know that's where I heard it from. It is the name Rooney. I know it's a little out there, maybe not everybody's cup of tea. It does feel a little nicknamey for sure, but Rooney means descendant of the champion. And I just think it's like fun and quirky, and knowing our 2 current kids, and so knowing our older kids' personalities, they're both just so fun and like full of life. I just think Rooney could really fit. Another reason I really like this name for a girl is because Karis, I feel like it's for sure a girl's name, like it works great on a girl's list, but it's not the most like feminine or frilly girl's name. And so some girls' names have not made it to our list because they feel a little over the top frilly, even though we love them. I feel like those, frilly is the word I keep saying because it's the only word that's coming to mind, but like the over the top feminine, frilly, girly, dainty names. So many of them are so beautiful, but I don't feel like they fit with our current kids' names because Karis doesn't fit that description, if that makes sense. So Rooney, I feel like fits the vibe a little bit more of our other kids. This was a last minute addition by me like 2 days ago. The name is Coet. Coet means people of victory or little thing, which I think is a very sweet meaning. And I think the name Coet is beautiful. However, I really love the nickname potential here with Coco or Cozy. I just think a little cozy girl would be adorable. Next name, I love this name so much, and it's Primrose, or really even just Prim. The big reason that my husband and I cannot use this is my family had a dog growing up. It was my turn to name the family pet, and I named the dog Primrose. Super cute, super adorable. She was a very spunky little thing. I feel like once you name a dog, a certain name, you just can't really carry it on. Up next is Maeve, which means intoxicating. My husband and I both really like Maeve. We think it's super cool and sweet. It's definitely getting a little more popular, I think, or rising in the rank. However, when we think about this baby's name kind of flowing with our first two kids, we can't quite get a single syllable name to like roll off the tongue as well. Luca, Karis, and Maeve. I mean, it's definitely cute, but there's something in me that feels like our baby needs to have a 2-syllable first name. So we'll see, but we both do really like Maeve. Okay, so next girl's name on the list is like a 2-parter. So the name is Soleil, which is the French word for sun. And I have seen on other lists the name Soli, spelled slightly different, obviously like a more American version of the name, I feel like. I just like it. I think it's fun and different. I don't know, I just don't think this is it for us, but it stayed on the list because every time I see either of these names on a list, I just think like those are so sweet. I could totally picture a little girl named Soleil or Soli. And I love the sun meaning. So that is on the list, but we'll see. Kind of similar, the next name is Selah, meaning to lift up or exalt. Selah I think is really pretty because it has a AH ending. I feel like it does go well with our kids, Luca, Karis, and Selah. Like having another ending sounds good. The next name we have is Kirby. We have a friend of a friend who named their daughter Kirby, and I have always thought that it was just the coolest name. I think it's so fun, so spunky. It's kind of in the same category in my mind as Rooney is, like not super over the top feminine, but very like wearable and cool. Kirby means settlement by a church. My husband just does not like this one, so I don't think this will remain in the running for us personally, but I do think it's a really fun girl's name. The next name is Tilly, meaning mighty in battle. I think this is very cute. There's a lot of names like Tilly that I love, like Millie, for example. Any of those names that sound kind of nicknamey, I really, really love. The only reason we cannot use it is we have a nephew named Tully, which is adorable, and we love his name, but I think Tilly and Tully would get a little confusing and probably just a little bit jumbled up at family things. Dela is our next name. Dela means noble, and this one feels similar to Tilly for me. I don't know if it's the double L or what it is, but I just really like it. Short and sweet, very beautiful. I feel like it would age really well. I could picture like a baby and a toddler named Dela, and then I could also picture Grandma Dela in like 50 years. The last name that I have for today is Sylvie, meaning of the forest. It's the nickname of the longer name Sylvia, which is also gorgeous, but again, kind of sticking closer to 2 syllables and a little nicknamey personally. I think Sylvie is adorable, just not a husband favorite. So that brings us to the end of this girl's name list. Let me know in the comments what your favorite name is, or if you can think of another name that might be good for us for this baby, because like I said, we are just kind of at a standstill and we cannot find the one. Being almost to the 3rd trimester, I'm really feeling the itch to have a name picked out. So let me know your favorite or any other idea. And if baby name lists are your thing, or you are interested in other pregnancy, baby related content, definitely subscribe because there's more of that coming. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.